Hello all, this is Ranjani. I'm a certified and registered yoga teacher. I have also done my specialization in pre and postnatal yoga teacher training. This video is part 3 of the sequence of videos that explains about how to reduce the pregnancy belly or the postnatal belly. In my first video, I have spoken about the diastasis recti, the abdominal muscles and the reasons why even though we reduce our postnatal body weight, we are not able to reduce the belly fat. So in my second video, I have explained about the breathing techniques that you have to perform to reduce the belly fat. So if you have missed watching my previous 2 videos, I have given the link in the description box below. Please do watch those videos and come back again to get better clarity. In this video, I am going to explain in detail about 6 yoga asanas that are effective in reducing the belly fat and also to strengthen your abdominal muscles, which in turn will help you to get a flat tummy. Let's get on to our mat. Relax your body by taking a couple of deep breaths and roll down into a supine position. Bring your legs up, holding the hip and knee joints at 90-degree angles. The legs should remain parallel and the knees and feet should be parted slightly. Press your palms against your legs without raising your shoulders or head. Your legs should press against your palms and your palms should press against your legs. Hold for 10 to 30 seconds and take deep breaths to relax your muscles. In this time, one can practice the abdominal breathing technique that we have learned from the second part of this video. Now, we'll repeat the sleeping tiger pose again. When you hold the posture, focus on your lower abdomen. You will feel heat and energy gathering here. You may also experience some shaking or burning in the muscles as your core gets engaged. One can repeat this posture for 3 to 5 counts. Once completing the pose, bring your legs down slowly. If doing with both the legs is difficult in the beginning stage, one can keep one leg grounded on the floor and raise one leg and press it with both the palms. After practicing for few weeks, one can try with both the legs. This backline pose is excellent for bringing energy into your abdomen. The sleeping tiger also helps relieve back, neck and shoulder pain, as well as it strengthens the abdominal muscles. Relax and we'll move on to the next pose. From the sleeping tiger pose, extend one leg straight without bending or touching the floor. Hold the leg. Hold in this position for at least 15 to 20 seconds to feel intense pressure in lower abs. For beginners, can try to be in this pose for 2 to 3 breaths. Repeat on both the legs. One should repeat this asana for 10 repetitions on both the sides. Do not hold the breath. Breathe normally throughout the asana. Initially, when you start this yoga asana, you may feel some pain in your abs, hip and thighs. But as you practice more, you can do this asana more easily and effectively. The beginner variation, like in the sleeping tiger pose, keep one foot grounded on the floor and raise the other leg. Extend and raise the leg without bending the knee. Keep your foot muscles engaged. One can increase the height from the floor depending upon their core strength. Uttan Padasana also prevents acidity, indigestion and constipation. Cures back pain, strengthens the abdominal organs, improves the function of reproductive organs, digestive system, increasing blood circulation around the body, strengthening the back, hip and thigh muscles. Avoid this asana during menstruation. Also, people suffering from back injury, abs pain or recent surgeries can perform the beginner variation and not the experienced variation like I'm doing now, with both the legs raised without any support and holding. One can perform this level of Uttan Padasana after performing the beginner variation for 2 or 3 months and gaining some core strength. Relax slowly and take a couple of deep breaths before we move on to the next pose. Bridge pose. Lie on your back, bend both the knees and place the feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Keep your palms pressing the ground with your fingers widely open. Pressing the palms and feet into the floor, inhale and lift the hips up, rolling the spine off the floor. Lightly squeeze the knees together to keep the knees hip width apart. Lift your chest up and lock your chin to the chest. Engage your legs, glutes to lift the hips higher. Breathe and hold in the pose for 4 to 8 breaths. While releasing, exhale and slowly roll the spine back to the floor. The body should be in full control while dropping the spine back to the floor. One can repeat the asana for 3 to 5 counts. It's not necessary to raise the hip to a higher level in the beginning stage. Do whichever is comfortable for you. This bridge pose builds core and lower body strength, lengthens and strengthens the spine, energizes the body, and stimulates the endocrine and nervous system. If you're not able to hold the pose, you can inhale, raise the hip, and exhale, come down. Inhale, raise the hip, exhale and come down. Take your time working on lifting up into the bridge with control. As you raise up, make sure you don't flatten the back of the neck. Keep the neck neutral and lift the breastbone towards the chin. Also, don't turn your neck during the pose, either coming in or out of it. Once you are in the full pose, do not turn your neck. While performing yoga, always listen to your body. Do not push or strain yourself while performing any asana. People with recent or chronic injury to the knees, shoulders or back, please avoid doing this asana. Slowly roll down to the side to get up. The fourth pose is Konasana. Sit in any comfortable seated posture. Inhale, raise your arms up above the head, joining the palms in Anjali Mudra. The arms should be near your ears. Slowly exhale and bend sideways. Feel the stretch in the sides of your hip. Stay there for a few seconds and come back. Inhale, exhale and bend in the opposite direction. Flexibility should be built gradually, so do not push or strain yourself to bend more. Bend to the sideways until you feel comfortable without any pain. This is a beginner variation. By keeping one hand supported on the floor, bend from the sideways. Keeping one hand on the ground will give us more support to bend and help us to stretch the hip muscles better. Perform this asana in a slow and gentle way. Repeat this asana for 10 to 20 counts on both sides for better results. Do not roll forward. Keep your shoulders straight. Here, the level of bending is not important. The stretch that we feel at the sides of our hip is important. So bend to your sides and hold the pose until you feel comfortable. You know your body better. Also note that we should not raise our glutes while bending. The seated posture should be stable while we are doing the Konasana. When done perfectly and regularly, Konasana is the best to reduce your waistline. The next asana is Tiger Pose. Come to the floor on your hands and knees. Wide open your palms and keep them directly under the shoulders with fingers facing forward. Your knees underneath your hips. To extend the right leg, move your left leg in a position that then comes in between both the arms. Extend the right leg and slowly lift parallel to your spine. Keep the position stable and hold for few seconds. One can feel the core muscles getting engaged while holding the leg in this position. Now repeat the same on the opposite side. Repeat this asana for 3 to 5 counts on both the sides. One can hold this pose for 10 to 15 seconds on each side. Maintain a straight line as much as possible. This asana strengthens the abdominal muscles, your glutes, and also your thigh muscles. The final asana is Salabhasana. Lie flat on the ground in a prone position facing downwards. Your legs should be straight with the feet together and toes should be pointed. The arms may be kept on either side of the legs or under the thighs. The chin should be in contact with the ground throughout the practice. Relax the whole body. Inhale, raise both legs as per your convenience while keeping them together and straight without bending at the knees. Maintain the position as long as you feel comfortable. Exhale, bring your legs down. One can do normal breathing while staying in the position. There's no need to hold the breath. Do 2 or 3 rounds. The beginner variation, one can keep one leg on the ground and raise the other leg without bending the knee and hold it for a while and repeat it in the opposite direction. By practicing with one leg for few weeks will build the strength to lift both the legs simultaneously. Common mistake, people will often bend their knees and raise the leg. Even if you are lifting from the ground for few inches or few centimeters, it's fine to do without bending the legs, thus providing us with the entire benefits of Salabhasana. The Salabhasana is good for our circulatory system, the parasympathetic nervous system. All the abdominal organs are massaged and gives us freedom from many diseases and disorders related to the abdominal organs and also helps us in flattening our tummy. Once completing all the 6 asanas, relax your body for a while in Makarasana. The link to the videos of relaxation asanas where I have explained about the steps and benefits of Makarasana is in the description box below. One can perform the stomach vacuum and abdominal breathing technique in seated position for a while to complete the asana session. All these breathing techniques we have learned in the second part of this video. If you like our content, please do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get instant notifications whenever we post a new video. Also, share this content with your friends and family who might also get benefited with this video. Thank you so much for watching. All the best to have a flat tummy very soon.